All right, guys. Well, it was great. I mean, I'm really proud of how our guys, responded to, not playing well at Poly. Obviously, you guys know I have a ton of respect for UCLA's program, their players, and their coach and their coaching staff. So it was really cool to get them back here today and kind of be able to make some adjustments and have them kind of go our way today.
Better this time around, but were there other things that you guys did differently?
I mean, yeah, I think we made a lot of adjustments, from the way we played them last game and, just how they were guarding us. We kind of had to change some of our offensive schemes a little bit. I wanted to go inside even more than we did. I think that really kind of got us started today, just going inside. And you're playing that supersized lineup more and more. I mean, there's a real advantage for us in there. That offensively, yeah, for sure. And then defensively, yeah, we didn't sit back. We were way more aggressive. Hey, and obviously, it's probably tougher shooting on the road than it is at home, but we didn't want to sit back and let them dictate the terms like they did, at UCLA.
Coach, what was the atmosphere like for you? It's one of the big games in McHale.
It was great. Honestly, I didn't. It felt, the same like it did last Saturday. And when I said earlier in the season, that's the standard of what McHale can be every day. And we got to get it to a point where it's not about the opponent, it's about Arizona basketball, and making it a community thing, a community event. So, that's all I ask for, and I'm going to give this community and this university everything I got, and I think you guys are seeing these players will do the same.
For Kerr to have a shooting night like he had, considering how he shot last week, what does it say?
Well, I don't even know what he shot. Let me look here. My eyes are so bad. It was 3 of 10. 4 of 14. I wouldn't call that a great shooting night, but it was better than 0 for 14. So, you guys are getting to see Kerr enough. He's got confidence, and he's a really good player, and he can play against anybody, and but he's gaining experience, and so he's got to continue to gain experience. I think playing at UCLA was good. It kind of gave him some battle scars, so to speak, and now he's a little more grizzled and a little tougher, and that's super important.
Terry seems like a glue guy for you guys. He's being able to build a stat sheet. Can you talk about?
He is a glue guy. Dalen. I had visions all day, and I was trying to will it that he was going to go 2 for 2 from 3 today. But so he was 2 for 4. So it's huge. Dalen's worked on his shot. It might not be a Reggie Miller or anything like that, but he's worked on his shot. And if he's open from 3, he needs to shoot a couple of them a game. I believe in that kid. But then he also. He's kind of settling back down like he was early in the year, where he's playing with force, but he's playing with his feet on the ground, and then he's making effort plays. So the offensive rebound put back, a defensive rebound, where he's going up and getting it above the rim. So Dalen's a special kid and a special player, and he deserves all the accolades that are coming his way.
Those lines you had Pele do really well, Larson and Barlow and Terry, just those guys that are on the periphery of not being.
Yeah, hey, listen. I for a long time I said we had 7 starters. I think Umar's making a push for 8, and so I'm really proud of these guys. I met with Pella this week, and I just, I think Pella's really a good player. I think he's really good, and I think he just, he's so unselfish that, and he really wants to be like an elite passer. So sometimes I think he places so much value on that he takes focus away from being the great all-around player he could be. He could score. He could drive, he could shoot, he can rebound at both ends of the floor. He's an elite defender. And then you sprinkle in some passing, now you got a heck of a combination. So that's my challenge, is kind of help him, identify, the direction he needs to take his development. You know what? It seemed like he listened tonight.
Does your list look great in the first half, but he didn't play the last 10? Was the ankle just bothering him?
Not at all. I don't think Ben played much either. It was just kind of, sometimes you sub and you just get a feel for something and you kind of ride it out. And I think that, that lineup defensively is tough. They were getting to the rim, but now you're running into Umar, or Silo's coming from the backside, that's tough. So you can kind of stay sticky in all your coverages, and I don't know if we can say enough about Silo as a defender. To put a 7'1" guy on the perimeter, switching screens, guarding ISOs, getting through ball screens is, pretty rare and pretty unique. So he gets a ton of credit, and then Umar gets a ton of credit for developing into the player he has always had potential to be. So now there's value in playing both of them together.
What was your message to the team in the locker room?
Proud of you, love you, and the reward you get is you get a really good USC coming in here team coming in. And I'm serious. It's a reward. It's a gift. It's a gift to have another really good team coming in here on Saturday, because that's what it takes. I mean, that's what to compete, and and I'm not even worried about the league standings. I'm worried about 40 minutes against USC. And in order to be a great team in the NCAA tournament, you got to beat one good team on Thursday. You got to beat another better team on Saturday. And I'm not saying they're better than UCLA, but they're right at that level. So it's an honor, and this will be a great experience for us.
Prove this win.
I mean, I'm not trying to prove anything. I'm just trying to coach basketball and help these guys be the best team they can be, and I'm trying to build this program to be the best program it can be. I mean, so I wasn't out to prove anything today. I don't know if our players were out to prove anything today, but I mean, I think everybody knows we're a good team. I mean, I don't think, if you ask all the coaches that played against us, I would assume there's consensus that we're pretty good. And so, I mean, I'm proud of that fact.
You think at all about, at this point anyway, the standings, just the fact that, I mean, it is still kind of early, but if you lose this game, you're behind UCLA for sure in the Pac-12 race.
I mean, I was like, we'll deal with the outcome of this game as it comes, and you're gonna have to deal with success, if you win, and then making sure you're ready to play on Saturday, and if you lose, you're gonna have to deal with getting the guys ready to play, because no matter win or lose, I know this. I think it's 3 p.m. Saturday, the ball's going up. So we got to be ready to play.
Maybe your ability to play in the half court. People said you can't play in the half court. You played in the half court.
Yeah, I mean, I thought today, that we didn't need to play frantic. And, and so I told our guys, hey, let's value possession. Because, they're a good defensive team. So you're going to be deeper in possession. So get comfortable being deeper in possessions. And we ran maybe more sets than we've run. All year, but you have to be able to win games multiple ways, and so I'm not going to get. And I've told you guys before, I don't care about running. It's not an aesthetic for me. It's about a result, and I love playing fast because I think it makes the game easier. But if you're not, if playing fast as at mock speed is not the right plan to win the game, well then we'll slow it down.
What did you feel that you guys did a better job defensively today than you did the first match?
Contesting shots. I thought we did a much better job contesting shots, staying on their body, making it tougher for them, and they hit some at the start of the game, and I don't even know what did they shoot for the night, 38%. To hold that team to 38%, I'm pretty happy with it. So, a great battle, and they turned the ball over 8 times, we turned it over 15. We still got to fix that. So, always something to work on.
Thinking, I mean, that said, the defense, there was that one late in the game when they cut it to 3. They took advantage of a couple of misses from Kerr and scored easy. Yeah. At that point, what was going through your mind?
Well, I mean, what go through my mind is win the game by 1. I mean, we got to make one more play than these guys. So I'm not going to panic. I'm not going to get caught up in it. And what do we need to do to try to come down and have a good offensive possession? And I think during that stretch, Shiloh had 2 one-on-ones. And goes 3 out of 4, I think. And then Kerr had a 1-on-1 and went 2 out of 2. And then, or it was Kerr or Pella, one of the two. And then Umar, goes, I think, went 1 of 2 from the line. So, I mean, it just, you found a way to put points on the board to keep your cushion. And getting in the bonus is a huge part of that.
Are you concerned at all with the free throws? Because I think early on you weren't shooting well.
I think overall we've been a decent free throw shooting team. I'm super happy. Our big guys, Umar and CeeLo, have kind of developed into solid free throw shooters, because that's huge because they get fouled a lot. So I'm not concerned at all. And at the end of the day, when we made 20 and they attempted 12, and the old formula is if you're making more than they're attempting, that's usually a pretty good sign.
How important was it to defend Tiger Campbell like you did tonight?
It was huge. I mean, he's a really good player. I mean, he's a great college guard and probably beyond. And we did a great job, making life a little tougher for him, and didn't let him get all his little rhythm pull-ups, and forced him down in the paint. And he made some good plays, but then he had some tough plays too. So, it was really important. I mean, I thought overall our defensive effort was really good, and I thought we guarded Juzang well. We did a much better job on Bernard. We did a much better job on Cody Riley. Hawkes is a really good player. I thought, we did decent on him. We bit on some of his fakes early, and I know that kid's a warrior, man. I know, he went down with a sprained ankle last game, and to come out and play 35 minutes and in a high-level game and have the stat line he did shows you he's a special player.
Time for one more.
I think you said earlier in this week you were already looking a little bit at SC. I mean, is that kind of your approach when you have 2 games? Because some coaches will say, I don't even look at that next team.
Always. I mean, yeah. I think if I'm looking ahead, I was working on SC this morning. It doesn't mean that I'm not focused on UCLA, but after a while, you look at something so much, you can talk yourself out of doing the right thing. So once you kind of settle in on your plan, you trust it, believe in it, and then you got to start working on the next plan, because we got to have a good day of prep tomorrow, and like I said, we got a really good team. I think they've lost 3 times. And I know they're playing at A-State right now, so who knows how that one's going to turn out, but yeah, we're going to have our hands full Saturday.
Anything else jumping out at you about them, and does it seem like a different challenge with the kind of
they obviously, it's an experienced team that made it to an Elite 8 last year. They got some high-level guards, that have experience. They have high-level, big guys that got experience. So, yeah, they're just a really, really good team. That's why their record's as good as it is.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys. See ya.